Nickelback, on the record, is the best band in the world.
I don't like music.
I love Frank Zappa.
Cliff Burton.
Typo Negative.
Dream Theater.
Three Doors Down.
We like country music too.
Loud Society.
I didn't really have posters because my mother was a very strict Catholic lady. Anything metal she thought was satanic. So, like, I remember I had one poster and she grabbed it and she burned it. I didn't have it for long. She's like, hey, get this out of my house. Took it to the backyard and burned it.
I had a mixture of everything. I had Howard Jones. I had a big fold-out poster from a car magazine with a Lamborghini Contact.
Kiss, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Alice Cooper.
Sum 41, Blink 182, Bowling for Soup. Ich war voll der Punkrock Teenager und das war gerade so die Welle, wo dieser ganze American Punk Pop zu uns rüber geschwappt ist, NoFX und all sowas.
I admit, I had Samantha Fox, I had Madonna, I had Marilyn Monroe.
Wir waren so die Generation, die dann irgendwann in Karottenhose und Springerstiefel in die Schule gegangen ist, gefärbte Haare hatte und ganz viele Lehrergespräche mit den Eltern, was denn los sei und so, ob es uns gut gehen würde.
Thompson Twins, I had Alphaville. It was a complete disaster mixture of everything.
AC/DC, Metallica war eine ganz, ganz wichtige Band für mich. Nirvana, Clawfinger, die spielen morgen hier auf unserem Festival. Das ist eine ganz, ganz große Ehre.
I got some hard liquor from In Extremo and it's us up.
Die Chili Peppers habe ich geliebt. Natürlich auch in erster Linie wegen Chad Smith, deren Drummer, der ein großes Vorbild für mich ist. Rage Against the Machine. Ich hatte eine Flagge von Queen damals, die habe ich irgendwie mal zum Geburtstag geschenkt bekommen. Außerdem Led Zeppelin hat mir mein Papi mit in die Wiege gelegt und natürlich die Beatles. Mein allererstes Tattoo hier ist ein Beatles-Tattoo.
I even found some photos from my teenage bedroom, and it's literally Motley Crue, Wasp, and then a Dracula poster right beside it. I mixed all that together, so it was horror and 80s hair metal.
Indiana Jones as well. Harrison Ford with the whip and the cowboy hat. It was everything.
I grew up in church, so they used to send us like these little boxes with all like the heavy music that was like Christian heavy music. So I used to have, there's like a band called Pillar. I used to have like a poster for them. I had like Linkin Park and Chevelle and all those like heavier rock bands. Posters just covering my whole room.
In the old days, we had these old catalogs where you could like order stuff and you cut out the small pictures of the posters and you stuck them on your wall and made like a collage out of it.
Ich war übertrieben krasser Fan von Guns N' Roses tatsächlich. Aber sowas von und so extrem, ja. Ich wollte mal singen wie Axl Rose, aber hat nicht geklappt.
It was crazy schizophrenic and typically just, I'm 13 and I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's just take everything we get from somewhere and stick it on the wall with blue tack.
Jimi Hendrix Plakat, dieses Nirvana Kurt Cobain Ding, wo er diese Zigarette raucht, auf jeden Fall, und mit der Akustikgitarre, was jeder Mensch irgendwie gefühlt in meinem Umkreis hatte, und ein riesengroßer Romeo und Julija, der Film, Aufsteller.
Witzigerweise hatte ich in meinem Kinderzimmer, also dann später irgendwie, hatte ich dann eigentlich mehr so Limp Bizkit hängen, Iron Maiden, also sowieso, natürlich müssen ja immer wilde Mischungen sein, Korn und Guns N' Roses.
Ozzy, he was the first one basically, yeah. The Black Sabbath Ozzy, and then somehow it just moved on to Marilyn Manson, to Nine Inch Nails, Tool, all those kind of like great bands. So yeah, I had these posters like all over the place.
George Benson, Patty Austin, and Diana Krall, Diana Ross, so different jazz and soul singers.
Oh, and of course I had Meshuggah as well. Meshuggah posters, because I'm hardcore.
Nickelback, on the record, is the best band in the world.
And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottom.
I don't like music.
We can tell.
My wife hates Frank Zappa. She's like, oh, do you have to listen to this shit? And a lot of my friends are like, really? He's weird. I love Frank Zappa.
Ich war immer in der Gruppe die Person, die irgendwas gehört hat, was schon so ein bisschen peinlich war. Ich fand die Sachen, auf die sich alle einigen konnten, auch immer cool. Aber ich war auch immer bei den etwas zu poppigen, etwas zu cheesy Sachen. So Three Doors Down haben dann alle meine Freunde gehasst. Ich fand's einfach geil.
We grew up in the music scene in America, like in the hardcore scene, where like it wasn't cool to be a fan of stuff. Like it was like lame. So I never really did any of like the super fan stuff because I thought it was too cool to do it. But there's a bunch of artists and things that I love with everything in me that I probably would do some weird thing for. I mean, Nickelback's definitely one of them. I mean, they're the best band in the world, so.
For me personally, Frank Zappa Frank Zappa. It's a terrible tattoo. The tattoo is based on a photo of a T-shirt I had in the mosh pit at a Nirvana concert in 1992. And I was up at the front at the Nirvana concert. And this is before the internet, so I took a picture of my Frank Zappa T-shirt after it had been in the Nirvana mosh pit. And the tattoo artist based the tattoo on that T-shirt. So, I mean, it was doomed from the beginning.
Frank Zappa. Ich war als 16-Jähriger zum ersten Mal in Amerika, da gab es Tower Records noch. Und da bin ich zu Tower Records und habe mir alle Frank Zappa Alben gekauft, die ich noch nicht hatte. Und ich hatte bis dahin vielleicht so 25, 30 Stück. Der gute Mann hat aber, glaube ich, 85 oder sowas. Da habe ich natürlich ganz, ganz viel Stoff gehabt, den ich mitgebracht habe, den ich meinen Freunden und meinen damaligen Bands auch vorspielen konnte. Und da haben viele Leute gesagt, hey Zappa, was ist denn das für ein Irrer irgendwie? Also das, schräg darf es ja sein, aber das ist mir echt zu schräg.
Man sucht sich dann ja die Leute, die auch denselben Outsider-Musikgeschmack haben, ne? Man hat sich ja selber immer sowieso als was ganz Besonderes gefühlt.
There are loads of shit bands out there. There are loads of great bands out there. And I obviously have exquisite taste and I only like the good bands, regardless, because I'm a perfect human being.
Actually, I think it was some German Schlager music. Guys like Howard Carpendale.
Doch wie frei willst du sein, darauf kommt es an.
My parents were listening, so I was listening, and then I went straight to Ozzy.
Gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses.
My mom really got scared because, you know, with this Satan stuff and everything, so that just made it more important for me, you know, to listen to heavy metal.
I grew up with 80s music, and we had a group of people since we were like 12, 13 that we liked 80s music. I mean, nobody in the world was listening 80s music anymore in the early 2000s. We enjoyed our music. We were dressing up like 80s, you know, with big hair and, you know, jeans and, you know, boots, you know, everything, you know.
Cliff Burton.
Mr. Cliff Burton, all right.
My friend who got me to play bass, you know, he played guitar, so he's like, oh yeah, Cliff's cool, but you know, listen to Randy Rhoads. Like, nah, I'm gonna listen to Cliff Burton, you know? I never got to see Cliff perform live. I remember when I heard over the radio that he died, like I cried like a little girl. I was so sad because I never got to see him perform.
Dream Theater.
Dream Theater.
Even to this day, I end up having to explain to somebody why this is worth their time. But to be honest, whenever somebody does give them the benefit of the doubt and does give them time and has a listen, they end up being a fan. Because Dream Theater is actually, it's very complex, but it is excellent music.
That I was listening to when nobody else was listening to it was Paradise Lost. Because in Ukraine, nobody was listening to this band. Yeah, that's why everybody was listening to Prodigy.
Ich kann und muss von meiner Lieblingsband sprechen. Das hört man vielleicht nicht immer so krass raus, auch aus Callejon, aber die hat mich definitiv bis ins Mark geprägt, und das Typo Negative. Ich bin so Fanboy, ich habe sogar 2 Typo Negative Tattoos. Einmal hier und My World is Coming Down hier. Tätowiert, ja. Schrecklich, oder? Dabei geht es mir auch nicht um irgendwie ganz bestimmte Riffs und irgendwas, sondern es geht um eine Grundatmosphäre, eine Stimmung, und das berührt mich auch noch heute.
I was always a weirdo, and everyone always called me a weirdo, so I just stayed on my side of the fence and just liked what I liked.
We like country music too.
Jolene, 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 Jolene. Oh, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
You and your stupid questions.
Can you please ask the question again? No.
I think I pretended like a band to try and get a girl to like me, but that was about it. I don't remember, but I'm sure I lied about liking Brand New or something like that.
Yeah, Brand New or Thursday.
Yes. Once, when I was younger, there was a band that I was. I will not say the name, but I did just what you described in the question. Literally, letter to letter. Over time, I ended up really liking the band.
I mean, in your teens, you go through all these different stages of liking different bands, synth pop and hard rock and whatever it is. I think it's more a question of convincing yourself that you like a band, and like a few years later, you realize that I didn't really like that band. But you had like friends and people who did, and you sort of like,
Val, he's a huge fan of alternative music, like super fan, and so yeah, for the first time, I had to pretend, to receive his love, I guess.
Don't really like your own band.
No, I mean, Clawfinger are terrible, but what you gonna do? I've invested like 30 plus years in this band, so I've got to pretend I like it. You know, it's like, what the f*** am I gonna do otherwise? Jesus. Help me! Help me!
I mean, I printed up my own T-shirts in high school. One of my classes was print shop. I learned how to make band T-shirts, and I would make my own T-shirts. I'm not embarrassed about it, but that's what I did.
Obviously, I have been way too drunk at loads of gigs with bands I love. I remember getting autographs from Mr. Bungle. But that's not embarrassing. That's cool.
I'd make T-shirts for my friends too. Remember, I made a buddy of mine a Bauhaus T-shirt. I was like, these guys, yeah, get out of here. I was a little more of a thrash and death metal purist.
I remember with Accept, they played in Norway, where I'm from. I really want to let people know that I have a band, and I threw a cassette in on the stage, you know. When they played, Udo Dirkschneider was like, what the f*** is this?
I will not mention him. He's basically a folk singer, but he has a metal band. I was at his metal concert, and we ended up getting a little bit happy with beer, so to speak. I wanted to meet him, but he was somewhere close backstage. And then we said that we were his cousins.
After the gig, I just went walking through the dressing rooms. Somebody just grabbed me and like, what the f*** are you doing here? And it's like, I can't answer that.
And they told us okay. Then they let us inside and then fetched him, and then they told him, these are your cousins. And he was like, no, they aren't.
But I'm a big Accept fan, you know. I needed to do that, you know. I needed to see how far I could get.
Loud Society.